Coming up on this edition of Shelby This Week, the Township welcomes Santa Claus in a grand fashion at its annual Christmas Aglow on the municipal grounds. And 4 very lucky Shelby Township residents were granted the opportunity to hand the key of the township over to Mr. Claus himself. We have all the details on how these children got the chance of a lifetime. And Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle held the annual State of the County address. He tells us about the great things that happened in Macomb County this year. We have all this and much more on this edition of Shelby This Week. With Christmas in a couple of weeks, everyone is getting in the spirit of the holiday season. Here in Shelby, the season was welcomed by officials and residents. Our Stacey Sansatera has more.
Merry Christmas!
Shelby Township made Christmas official at the annual Christmas Aglow, and this old-fashioned celebration truly had it all.
Merry Christmas!
And the Shelby TV crew was out in full force to cover every angle.
Tonight is our annual Christmas Aglow event, and we have Santa and Mrs. Claus visiting us tonight, and we have lots of fun activities for the family and the kids. We have a craft tent, we have hot cocoa and cookies, and we have the choir here tonight. We have all kinds of different fun things for the family to come on out and enjoy tonight.
Merry Christmas!
And as the festivities took place on stage, there was that feeling of anticipation, waiting for the arrival of the big guy himself, Santa Claus.
Are you ready? Here he is. This is Claus. Okay, here we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas!
And now that our Shelby Township tree is officially lit, there's lots to do on the municipal grounds campus. First on the agenda, visiting with Santa and Mrs. Claus at the historic Hope Chapel.
13, you been good this year? Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the Polar Express.
Shelby Township's Polar Express was new this year and added just the right touch to this old-fashioned Christmas.
We added our Polar Express train this year. It's here on the grounds right next to Hope Chapel, so we hope everyone gets an opportunity to take a look at it. Our maintenance guys did some restoration to it. It looks beautiful inside. We had the Polar Express clip from the Polar Express movie playing in there, and we hope everyone gets some good photos outside and inside.
Christmas means a lot to me. Family, friends, and the people that love you.
It means a lot because I get to hang out with my family and I get to get presents and celebrate Jesus' birthday.
Another fantastic event put on by the Parks, Recreation, and Maintenance Department. We will be seeing a lot more of Santa in the township in the weeks to come. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacey Sansatera.
Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas!
Yes, Santa will be seen a lot during the month of December, but he was welcomed by some lucky children here in the township. COURTNEY BENNETT tells us how they became official North Pole ambassadors.
200 children entered, but only 4 were chosen as Shelby Township's first North Pole ambassadors. The children were chosen based on a coloring contest, and the task to narrow down the winner was a tough one.
Everybody look at this.
We had a group of judges. We went through each one individually and we looked at for style, for quality, for color used, and we found 4 winners that were fantastic. It means so much to Shelby Township because it's a great way to kick off the holiday season with our residents. It brings everyone together at our Christmas Aglow event, and we're just really glad that it went so well. I mean, if you can see from the wall, there are many children that participated. These will be on display here in the township offices until January 3rd.
After the children officially became North Pole ambassadors, they were tasked with giving the key to Santa Claus at the Christmas Aglow ceremony. Be sure to check out all of the coloring contest entries in Township Hall. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm COURTNEY BENNETT.
This young lady's phone right here.
The major sinkhole that wreaked havoc on Macomb County for the last year has been filled in, and construction is now complete. Our Nick Buckler looks back on how we got to this point.
As we all know, a large sinkhole opened up on Christmas Eve last year, and now we're here less than 1 year later, and traffic has been restored.
What kinds of inspections were made? What did the inspections tell us? The condition of the pipe, the integrity of the pipe, was there any maintenance? I don't have those answers today, but I'm telling you I'm going to get those answers.
That's what Public Works Commissioner Candace Miller said at a press conference on New Year's Day, her first day in office, and the first day crews began working on the sinkhole on 15 Mile Road. The construction project was eventually put out for bid, and Shelby Township's Dan's Excavating was awarded the contract to reconstruct the collapsed sewer pipe that caused this massive sinkhole. After working through the winter months and onto the summer, the pipe was repaired and ready for sewage to run through it once again.
I'm going to turn off the pump, and then we're going to tell the crane operator to lift the bulkhead and let the flow go. Okay, let's raise that bulkhead and let the flow go. All right.
After the flow was restored, the target end date had moved to right before Christmas. But on December 4th, all was complete and the road was open to traffic for the first time since the morning of Christmas Eve, which is great for the businesses along 15 Mile Road who were affected substantially over the past year.
It's been a struggle. Obviously, we're lucky enough to do a sales volume that's allowed us to keep a lot of our staff. We've retained a lot of servers, a lot of bartenders, so that's huge for us. Cannot thank the city and loyal supporters of Greenlander. Without them, we wouldn't be able to even be operating. So sales are down, but leveled off and been consistent over the last few months.
And this was the second sinkhole that opened up in the last 15 years in this general area on 15 Mile Road. And now Candace Miller says we can guarantee this will never happen again. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Nick Buckler.
2017 brought a lot of positive and exciting new ventures for Macomb County. To wrap up the year and check in with local officials, the annual state address was given from Macomb County Community College. Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle addressed the crowd and talked about all things Macomb County.
And now, the 2017 State of the County with Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle.
Lightning and the thunder, 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 feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder, 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 feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
Yeah, I think Mark Hackle did a great job with the state of the county tonight. I think he brought back the concept of, as he has in many years, we are a team, we all work together. And I'm glad you talked about Amazon, but also I saw some other Shelby Township initiatives of companies moving in, and it's just a great thing to see and hear. And I thought the address was really put together extremely well. And Candace Miller has done a great job with the sinkhole. I'm glad that's behind us. But also some things that we don't hear about are all the drains, the Dunn drain, for example, that's been cleaned up. So it's always been a very good partnership, but it's a partnership that's getting better. And thanks to Candace Miller and, of course, Mark Hackle and our entire board of trustees, all working together, moving Shelby Township ahead, making it a better place to live.
An annual State of the County speech looks back over the past year, as we've been doing. But a month from now, Macomb County will begin looking much further back. 200 years to be exact.
We're going to be building a new court starting in 2018. We've got an expansion of the police department in 2018. And in 2019, of course, we're going to be beginning the building stage of a new library and senior center. All this will be coming about in the next 2 years. But the best thing about it, all paid for in cash, no millage increase, no tax increase, and we're going to get it done. So it'll be about $18 to $20 million probably in the next 3 years. And that, of course, is dependent on making sure that the Shelby Manor sells, and I believe in the next week or two, it'll be a done deal. A lot of great things happening in Shelby Township, and it is going to be a better place to live.
You can catch more of the State of the County address by visiting macombcountymi.gov. We have tips on how to make sure you're staying safe this holiday season. And we'll tell you how important it is for our township officers to keep training in order to become better at what they do. We have all this and more still ahead on Shelby This Week.
You made this vacation happen, cleverly merging promotions,
double points with every purchase,
and cross-referencing travel sites. Aloha! If you can ace your vacation, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
The holidays can be a stressful time of year, going from store to store to finish up that last-minute shopping. Shelby This Week's Nick Buckler reminds us how we can protect ourselves from being the next victim of a holiday crime.
With Christmas right around the corner, everyone is scrambling to do their last-minute Christmas shopping, so stores are a little bit more crowded than normal. So it's always important to just be aware of your surroundings when walking back to your car.
We have an extremely safe community. Our police department is out here night and day making sure our residents are safe. So having said that, you have to be aware of your surroundings. Simple as that. When you come and go, head up, not on the phone at all times, not texting at all times, looking around when you get out of the car. And if you see somebody suspicious that concerns you, I wouldn't park by them. I would move.
And it's important to park in well-lit areas and walk with your keys in hand. Another thing that's been a problem in years past was people stealing packages off of others' porches.
We've had no package thefts this season's holiday season so far, which is fantastic. I guess there's a big splurge of theft in the Livonia area. I talked to the chief yesterday, but out here, none of that. But the bottom line is a couple different things we can do. When you're not home, maybe have the stuff delivered to a neighbor, or have your neighbor grab it off a porch, or don't have it delivered to the house. Have it sent to the packaging center, local, and then pick it up from there.
So just remember, it's always safer to just be cautious of your surroundings. As the police chief said, nothing like this has ever happened in Shelby Township. Just be aware this holiday season. So be safe and have a Merry Christmas. For Shelby This Week, I'm Nick Buckler.
The Shelby Township Police Department works hard to keep everyone safe, and in order to do so, they participate in trainings. Our own Courtney Bennett attended one of their trainings, giving us a first-hand look.
Please get on the ground!
We have a tactical team here at Shelby Township, and we practice, train 1 day a month. Usually our training is at the range, practicing different techniques inside buildings, certain kind of clearing, whether it's deliberate, dynamic. But what we are doing today is rather unique. We have an opportunity with 3 buildings here, houses in Shelby Township that they're going to demolish shortly, and they're giving us an opportunity to practice our entries. Some of our officers can be experienced, get some good training at different entry points inside a house. Our chief, our deputy chief, they've given us a wonderful opportunity to put together this team and train once a month. So what we have to do is train. We have to take every minute, every second of our training as serious as we can, because you never know what you're going to run into with executing a search warrant. I want all of our officers, all of our team members to be familiar with all of our tools. I want them to have confidence where they can go to a house and we know we can get inside from our training. We can always rely on our training. So we want to have a sense of preparedness with everything we do, and that's what this kind of opportunity allows us.
With these opportunities, the police department has been able to improve their skills and better serve the Shelby Township community. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Courtney Bennett.
And we're now joined in studio with Courtney. And Courtney, tell us a little bit more about this experience for you. What was it like to be out there with our police force?
It was really cool to be there with the police force. They obviously work hard every single day here in Shelby Township to keep the community safe, but they visit there once a month, not that particular place, but somewhere in the township to do their training. They actually got the opportunity with those 3 houses and obviously had to take advantage of that.
Yeah, so how do they actually get the houses?
They were actually offered those 3 houses from the demolition crew. They're tearing down those 3 areas to clear the plot of land, and they were offered and had to take the opportunity because they don't always get that. That's what they were telling me about. They don't always have that to go into these houses and practice those techniques.
Right, and there were certain things that Courtney couldn't show us just for the safety of our police officers. how they get in, that kind of thing. But you know, I was interested, we were talking about how often they do these training sessions. Do they do them once a week, once a year? How often does this happen?
They actually do those once a month. They, Sergeant Barr actually said that because of Chief, they've been able to do these training sessions and been having the availability once a month to do them, which it's obviously very important for them.
Absolutely. And you said that they most often, you know, these trainings are really important in the situations of warrants.
Yes, Sergeant Barr actually explained that it is very dangerous to go into these search warrant places because they don't know what they're getting into. So these practices that they do are actually very important for them to stay safe on those search warrants.
Right, and Shelby Township is so extremely safe, but it's good to know that our police officers are still training and still keeping fresh on techniques. That way, if something ever does happen, they're ready for it. Would you go back to another tactical training?
Of course. It was a lot of fun, and it was great to be there with them and see how hard they work at these trainings.
So we could be seeing more pieces like
this.
this.
Yes, hopefully.
Well, thanks so much, Courtney.
Thank you.
Basketball season is underway for all of the local high schools. As the teams prepare for their games, their practices are very important to their success on the court. Our Robert Gambrell visited Utica High School to get the inside scoop on how their season is stacked. And he has the outcome of the first game of the season against Rochester Adams.
Basketball season is here. Utica's boys varsity team is preparing their game against Rochester Adams and also look forward for the rest of the season. Let's take a look.
Oakland County School, you're going to get a physical matchup. We're trying to make sure our kids are prepared for that physicality.
Coach Dave Hinkle is coaching in his second year at Utica High School and plans to dominate the court this season and focus more on defense against Rochester.
Also, we're working a lot on our transition defense and making sure that we're back and so that we can stop easy fast break layups. And we're working at playing great defense and containing the basketball and making it every shot contested.
Both senior captains, Sam Soriano and John Jonai, are expecting great things out of their team this year.
We're a little bit smaller than last year, but I think we're a lot faster. We can run in transition. You know, we're gritty on defense.
JV team was MAC White champions, so they're full of winners. So they know to win, and I also know how to win too.
Rochester Adams are a great team, so the captains tell me how they are preparing for this game against the Highlanders.
We're going to use our quickness and our speed to get down the floor and get open shots. I've been waiting for this game for a while now. I can't wait, and I'm very excited.
Working hard at practice, pushing each other, you know, just working on the little things that change the game.
Last season, the Chieftains did not play so well, with only 5 wins in 21 games. So what do they plan on doing different this year?
Better than that, you know, who knows? We might win every game, you know, hopefully.
We go by game, and if we do that, I think we can get on a little streak. And if we get on a streak, who knows what the outcomes can be. But I'm looking forward to the excitement that we're going to provide, hopefully, for some of the fans out there.
First game of the season for your Utica Chieftains as they take on the Rochester Adams Highlanders. First half, Rochester with the ball, number 34, Austin Yersay, to number 3. Number 3 makes an inside pass back to 34, and Austin Yersay with the layup for 2. Number 23 for the Chieftains, Nick Jonai, tries to make a pass, but it is stolen by number 22 for the Rochester Highlanders, and he takes it to the bucket. Halfway through the first quarter, Highlanders, number 3, Jack Jenkins, passes it to number 24, Ethan Emerson, for 3. Near the end of the second quarter, for the Chieftains, number 11, John Benici, to number 3, Sam Soriano, for 2. Final 50 seconds of the first half, Chieftains down by 13. The captain, number 22, John Jonai, muscles his way through for 2. And that ends the first half. Chieftains trail 16-27. Fast forward halfway through the third quarter, Rochester Adams leads it 39-32, and number 34, Austin Yersay, again adds on to the lead for 2. Midway through the final quarter, Chieftains down by 20. The pass by number 11, John Benici, to number 2, Trey Coatless, for his second 3 of the night. Final minute of the game, number 2, to number 10, Jacob Joseph, which makes an inside pass to number 35, McGuire, who misses the shot. As we go to the end of the game, the Chieftains lose this one by the score of 62-37. I'm Robert Gambrell, Shelby This Week.
The boys basketball team isn't the only one hard at work. Over at Eisenhower High School, the girls team is hitting the court. We have your game highlights.
It's rivalry time here at Eisenhower High School as they take on Romeo in girls basketball. Off the opening tip, Olivia Madaw with the first 2 points for the Romeo Bulldogs. Olivia Stack for the Eisenhower Eagles, answering right back with this pull-up jumper. Back and forth battle in the first quarter. Olivia Madaw with 2 more of her 10 on the night. Paige Montreal driving off the glass and in. Then getting into the mix, Malin Kosnick with the Eagles, top scorer with 17. Kosnick from the corner launches this triple. Amber Flynn was Romeo's top scorer with 12. Paige Montreal denies a Romeo Bulldog. Then fast break up the court to the baseline. Alessandra Capuzzi. Another block, but this time, Malin Kosnick. But Megan Bagansky is there to put it right back in. Malin Kosnick with another triple. Lauren DeBow with this turnaround hook shot, giving Eisenhower the lead. Moving to the second quarter, Lauren DeBow with this steal takes it coast to coast for 2 points. Then at the other end, Megan Bagansky working hard down low for the Romeo Bulldogs. Then Eisenhower's top scorer, Malin Kosnick, of course! Then Josie DeClark, Trey Bien from beyond the arc. Emma Campbell for the Eagles. And one. Paige Montreal beating Alessandra Capuzzi. Down low for the Eagles. After Romeo miss. Number 13, Rachel Bauman. And Eisenhower would take this one. Final score, Eisenhower Eagles 40, Romeo Bulldogs 31.
Coming up next, one popular television show is coming to film in Michigan. We'll tell you how you can join in, purchase tickets, and possibly even appear on the show. And Santa took some time away from his workshop to enjoy a meal with people right here in Shelby Township.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
A popular show is headed to Michigan. PBS Antiques Roadshow is taking its 2018 tour and stopping in Rochester. The show will film 3 episodes at an unannounced location in the city. The broadcast will air during its 23rd season in 2019. According to the PBS website, the show has a viewership of over 8 million each week. Specialists from around the country, like auction houses and independent dealers, give appraisals of antiques and collectibles. Antiques Roadshow will film on June 14th. For tickets and more information, visit pbs.org/WGBH/roadshow. We all know breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day, and Shelby Township hosted a breakfast for children and children at heart.
And breakfast is served. Shelby Township's annual Breakfast with Santa took place on a wintry morning at the community center. Residents came out to enjoy a family-style breakfast and the chance to visit with jolly old St. Nick.
It's fun because it's casual, it's a good family event, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to do. Kids get enough time to visit with Santa rather than having to stand in line at the mall or whatnot. It's just a fun atmosphere and a great time.
Any sponsors you want to thank for today's event?
We've actually got Genesis Credit Union and Dr. Ban Barbat as sponsors this year. We have 2 volunteers from Genesis Credit Union that are here today too, helping out. We've also got teens from the Eisenhower Key Club that are serving the meals.
Mrs. Claus and some of her friends were on hand to visit with the children while everyone waited for the arrival of Santa Claus. December is a busy month for the Parks, Recreation, and Maintenance Department, and there is no doubt that they are the heart behind all the township's Christmas celebrations.
Teamwork's a great word for that because it does take a little bit from all of us to put these events together. A lot of us have been around a while, so we know what to do when, but things always change, and it takes a little from our maintenance guys, help with getting the grounds ready and the buildings ready. The office staff helps with registration and supplies, and so it's a little bit of all of us.
For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
That's all for this edition of Shelby This Week. Remember, you can always catch us online or on Facebook. Just search Shelby TV. And the Nature Center held its Pioneer Christmas, so we'll leave you now with scenes that will take you back in time. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.